Hello and welcome from across the Media Multiverse. Today I am going to have a look at the 1938 film Angels with Dirty Faces. This is considered to be one of the classics of the 1930s gangster genre. It's almost seen as a template. Why? What is it that makes it so good? Let's go and have a look, shall we? Schoolboy friends Rocky, played by James Cagney, and Jerry, played by Pat O'Brien, grow up, but they follow different lifestyles. Rocky becomes a hood, a gangster. Jerry becomes a priest. When Rocky is released from prison, he befriends a group of ragamuffins who start to worship him because he's so cool with it. And it is this worship that becomes the crux of the resolution. As the film progresses, Rocky is double-crossed by Frazier, who is played by Humphrey Bogart, which brings us to a tit-for-tat situation. Running in parallel, Father Jerry is trying to instill law-abiding principles into the young boys. But he has no success. So, regardless of the friendship, he goes to war against the hoods, the hoodlums, the gangsters. And events escalate, which I shall leave here for the point of spoilers. But we then start to move towards the crux of the movie. Rocky is sentenced to die in the electric chair. And it is at this point we get a bit of a game changer. Up until now, this has been a thoroughly enjoyable movie, totally rewatchable. You can see why people think it's great. But now is where we get to the bit that makes it different, as we add an extra layer, a moral layer to the film. This is the bit that makes it a standout movie. As Rocky gets ready to go to the electric chair, Father Jerry asks Rocky to scream when he is placed in the chair. This is to show the boys that being a gangster is not all glamorous. Father Jerry wants Rocky to show these kids, remember, the ones who idolise him, that the life of a gangster is filled with danger and it brings death without loved ones. However, if Rocky was to do this for Father Jerry, it would make his last act on earth look like he is a complete coward, something that he's not. So, what does he do? James Cagney is known as the lovable gangster. It doesn't matter how horrid he is in a film, how many people he kills, people always sympathise with him and are saddened when he dies at the end of the film. And this is put to the test here in this particular movie. Father Jerry's request for Rocky to squeal and scream as though terrified when he is attached to the chair is to dispel the hold that Rocky has over the ragamuffins. Rocky is against this, as it would leave his legacy as nothing more than a coward. But it would help his soul in the afterlife. The exchange between Rocky and Jerry is as powerful today as when the film was first released. This film moves at a breakneck speed, and yet we also take the time to get to know all the main characters, and it's not to lose sight of the plot. The film has an easy charm, with many strands easily woven together, and it is its simplicity that is the key to the good storytelling that we're getting. And this is good storytelling. Humphrey Bogart is his usual good self. No complaints there. But the audience's sympathy is with Cagney, as they always are. And whilst we want Father Pat O'Brien's character, Father Jerry, to succeed in bringing the boys into mainstream society, we mustn't lose the fact that James Cagney is cool. Sure, if you were to watch it today, the film is almost 100 years old and it looks it with the references and all the rest of it. But the substance of the tale is as fresh today as it was in the 1930s. If you haven't seen this film, I totally recommend it. And those are my thoughts on Angels with Dirty Faces. Have you seen the film? If so, what did you think of it? Did you enjoy it? Why? If not, why? Please put your comments below. So until next time, may your news be good news and happy times and places. Farewell.